This is Spotlight on Lee County. Today we are in Phoenix City getting ready to do a big surprise tribute. Today we are coming to honor Ms. Joycelyn Carrell, who has been the director of the Russell County Baptist Association for about 40 years. Today is a full circle moment for me because she is so instrumental in my life, and I wanted to come back and highlight the difference she's made in my life. So today we're honoring a community shining star, and Miss Joycelyn Carrell is the one that we're honoring here in Phoenix City today. This is Spotlight on Lee County Special Edition. I'm Loretta Rose, and you are going to see this full circle moment here on CTV Bean.
With my mouth I speak to you, with my heart I sing to you, with my soul I'll give to you all of the praise.
Hi! Surprise! You're on camera. Yes. Hi. I'm here to surprise you. I know they probably have stretched the truth a little bit. We have our Citizen newspaper company here. Come on in. She's in here capturing the story of the Russell County Baptist Association with Miss Joycelyn Carrell. First of all, let me get a hug because she still remembers my name after all these years. I have been talking about you more than you will ever know. Today is a full circle moment for me, Miss Carrell. In my heart, you're still Miss Lane. You have been such a light in the community. We have your daughter here, but she knows about what's about, why we're really here. Many people that live here in Phoenix City know you, and especially that have lived in Riverview, because that's where I grew up in. And I've always wanted to come back just to let you know how much you have meant in my life. And today we are honoring a community leader, what I like to call as a community shining star. And you have been here so many years, and everywhere that I have traveled since a little girl, and we'll sit down and talk about the story, you have always been with me. Miss Carrell is the one that's responsible, that the instrument that God used in my life, and I got saved at 12 years old.
Praise the Lord.
And you have made such a difference in my life. And I feel like you deserve this community award as a community shining star. So it reads, Community Shining Star, awarded to Joycelyn Carrell. The rares of stars are revealed one at a time. Thank you for leading the way. You have led the way for me. And I'm a product of this ministry that you have been a part of all my life that I know of. And you're still here serving. And see, we come today, and this is what she does. She serves families, people here in the community. And that's what she's done. My life has been transformed because of the seeds that was sown in my life. And that's what life is all about. So that's why I wanted to be able to highlight this and let the community know we have a lot of shining stars here in the community. But today is Miss Joycelyn Carrell Day. And we want to thank you for the many years of service. How many years has it been?
41.
41. We're going to get a chance to sit down. And I said today, Miss Carrell, I'm not going to cry. I said I got to be cute for the camera. But I have been emotional all day today because this is a moment that I have dreamed of. When I travel, when I went places, I always remember the moment that we've had here in Phoenix City, in Riverview. And you have been you're a part of my life because of the seeds you've sown in my life. And not only that, that's why I love to do what I do in the community, because you led the way. You were that shining light that showed me this is how you do it. This is Christ's way. So we wanted to honor you today.
Thank you so much.
And
Quite a surprise. Yes, it is. It is. I'm happy to have been here this long. It just seems like it just went by like that, very quickly over the years, and still enjoy it. Never boring, and I love working with people and sharing Christ with them and helping them with problems they have, and helping them make right choices as well throughout their life.
now, before we sit down and talk, I just want you to let people know, what does your position as director of Russell County Baptist Association, what all that entails, because you do a lot for the people.
Okay. I'm a director of church and community ministries. Marty Hawley is our director of missions, and this is the Baptist Center of the Russell Baptist Association. And we just provide Bible studies here for women right now. We've had it for children for many years, as you know. And we also have we have benevolence here every Thursday from 9:30 to 1:30. And we talk with families and listen to their situation, their problems, help them with whatever we have available to share with them. If we have it, we give it. And we also invite them to a closer walk with Christ and try to help them with that. And if they haven't got a church home, we try to, refer them to someone that will visit them and get them involved in a church home. We also have English second language classes that have been moving around town over the last 6-7 years. Right now they're at Crawford Road Baptist Church on Mondays at 9 a.m. and Wednesdays at 9 a.m. And we have tutors that teach intermediate classes, an advanced class, and a beginner class. And the children come, and we have workers with the preschoolers that come with their moms or dads or whoever is coming. And we have that, and we work with senior adults in our association and plan senior-wide events, and just a variety of things. Whatever needs we have, we try to meet if we're able to and have the money to.
I understand how that can be. Right. So you can see, if there's a place that you want to donate and to help less fortunate families, or just to help give them a lift up, this is a great organization. This show is going to air on Thanksgiving Day. So just want you to know, for the holidays, if you want to be able to donate, you can. I have seen this organization serve hundreds of people, hundreds of people, and they just love what they do, and it doesn't cost you. So I will encourage you. This is a great place to be able to donate to underprivileged families. It will make a difference in their life, and it will make a difference in yours. Stay tuned. You're watching Spotlight on Lee County with Loretta Rose here on CTV Beam. We're going to come back after a break, and we're going to sit down, and we're going to share some memories with Miss Carrell. Congratulations to Miss Carrell. You're watching Spotlight on Lee County. I'm Loretta Rose. Welcome back to Spotlight on Lee County today. Today we have a special edition of Spotlight on Lee County. Again, this is a full circle moment for me, Loretta Rose. Again, I grew up in Phoenix City. All of my life, I've always wished that I could come back and to tell this sweet lady, Miss Joycelyn Carrell, how much I appreciate her. I also always wanted to just put the spotlight on her because she have put the spotlight on so many others and she led us to light. And so she is such a precious jewel here in the community, in a community shining light, that I would like to say. And I just wanted to be able to sit down and tell you thank you. So welcome to Spotlight on Lee County.
Well, thank you, Loretta. It's a joy and a surprise to be here. But I do welcome the opportunity to spend this time with you and reminisce and just share with you my heart. Thank you.
Oh, I love that. And what we did, we had the Citizen newspaper of East Alabama, which is we're all up under one umbrella. So shout out to the Citizen. Thank you so much. And so we tag team to make this show what it is today. And so thanks to your staff, Sherry and her husband, they told the truth, but they had to stretch it just a little bit. And it was a challenge. And so we were able to get your daughter over as well. So, but Miss Carrell, I just want you to know, I love you. I appreciate you. Ever since I was 12 years old. Well, you know me before then, but when we moved away, every step of the way, when we moved away, when I was a child, you were with me wherever I went. We went to Germany, we went to Kansas, you were with me. When I became a flight attendant, I traveled, I was based out of Atlanta, you were with me. People, always wanted to know, well, who is this lady, Miss Carrell? I talked about you because you made such a huge impact in my life. When I was in radio, I talked about you. People wanted to know, who was this lady? And I was like, I just love her, and I always wanted to just shout you out because you led us on the path of light. That made the ultimate difference. So today is a day of honoring you, and I want the people in the community to get to know the servant, Miss Joycelyn Carrell. So let us know at what point of your life that you knew this was the path that God had for you.
When I was 17, I felt like the Lord wanted me to help in sharing God's love with people, both in word and deed, and felt like He was calling me to go into what we called Christian social ministries at the time. It's church community ministries right now. It's basically just putting your love into action. That God loves you, and you want to share that love with others. You want to be His hands and feet, and want it to be used of Him to share what the love He would give to all people if He was here, and because He just works through Christians, I believe, to minister to others in His name. And so whatever we could do to meet needs where we are, that's what we try to do.
And it has been, you said, 41 years?
41 years I've been here since I came from seminary to this assignment, and I've been here 41 years since then. It seemed like yesterday we started, but we were always discovering what needs existed, what Bible studies were needed to help people grow, to make right choices, because there's a lot of choices to be made in life, and how you make them determines the next step in your life. And so we just wanted to help people to know Christ, who can help them make the correct choices to live an abundant life.
Yes.
And so that's what we try to do in our Bible studies that we taught, which they used to call us the Bible school because we had so many Bible studies.
Yes.
But we also try to provide things before recreation got to be as good as it is. recreation activities for the kids in the neighborhood, as you know, and we just tried to meet some needs that might be down there and reach out to the community. So
It's funny that you say that because any of my peers, friends, and family members, when I lived here in Phoenix City in Riverview, which is Phoenix City Public Housing, we used to go to the Russell Baptist Association Center. In those days, in the 70s and the 80s, we didn't know that was the name. All we knew was the Bible school. We, as children, used to run up there to go to the Bible school. But let me tell you how it all started with me and a lot of my friends. We came up there because you all always had refreshments. We wanted those 2 cookies and that punch. I'm being honest. But we ran up there to get those 2 cookies and a cup of punch. We was like, we got to go to the Bible school so we can get our refreshments. But for myself, with me going there, I got more than 2 cookies and a punch. I got the abundance of life. You all gave us the word of life. And I got saved at the age of 12 as a result of this ministry. And my life has been completely changed ever since then. Trying to chase the Bible school, 2 cookies and a punch. But God gave us so much more. And not only that, you all taught us life skills. Because as I reflect back, my mother made a blanket. Because you all used to have sewing classes. Yeah, she still have that, Miss Carroll?
we have had it in the past. We don't have it right now, but we do try to give material to those who do so and help, provide things for people that sew. But we had ladies sewing class, and we also had sewing classes for young ladies 9 and up to learn how to make items for themselves, clothes for themselves.
And that's exactly. Not only that, I learned how to make sloppy Joe coming to the Bible school.
That's true.
I did.
We would have different events, and we would cook. And we did have nutrition classes, courtesy of the Agricultural Extension Department, and they were very good. They were helpful with our women as well as our children. They had wonderful programs for them.
And I really did. I learned how to make sloppy Joe. That was the first time I learned how to cook. I remember that's how I learned to make some oatmeal cookies. You all you gave us life skills in the Word of God at the same time. And that's why I wanted to be able to be here to let you know how impactful that has been in my life. And keeping it real, Miss Carroll, when we grew up, time has changed now, but there was a lot of children in our community. Was very challenging. But you know what? You always remained the same. Your spirit, you always had an open door for us. Now, I wasn't one of those because I was scared. But you had some that really challenged you.
You were shy back then, but but a lot of the kids were not. Every child was different, so. And so it took different methods sometimes to teach different skills and the Bible as well, and did take patience.
Yes.
And so we were always searching for ways to do that in a positive manner. Sometimes we had to ask children to go home.
Yes.
And then I said, but you can come back next week.
That's
but
right.
but you're just. But they were too disturbing at times. So, but. And we there was no other way to handle some situations except to send them home.
Yeah.
But we enjoyed them. We enjoyed all the children. They were all different. They all had different gifts. They're all very talented, and I enjoyed them in the classes.
Yes.
They were all unique.
And another thing, as I remember, I still remember my very first Bible verse. It was John 3:16.
Right.
For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believeth in him should not perish but have everlasting life. That's the very first Bible verse I learned. I learned it up there at the Baptist Association Center.
Amen. Let me tell you one story. we had one girl who went to school, and a lot of times at home she would hear bad words, and when she get angry at school, she'd say something ugly, and they would send her to the office, and she'd miss a lot of class. And she says, if I get suspended or and not go to school, I'll never learn what I need to know. I want to be a teacher when I grow up. So she started, when she got angry, she was coming to our Bible school, so every week, we learned a different verse. And so she started quoting all the verses she learned at the Bible school, and they didn't kick her out of school for that. They just looked at her real strange.
Yeah, because we had a new Bible verse to learn every week.
Every week, you did. And I'm glad that someone put them to good use. That was kind of a humorous way to do it, but she would just, when she was upset, she'd just stand up and quote a verse of scripture. They just stare at her.
And I remember it was a safe haven for us. I remember I learned how to play the piano. I wasn't very successful at that, but there was someone to teach us, and you just took us to Camp Joy. I never went to Camp Joy until I came to the Bible school.
Right. We used to take the junior age group, and then we took the older group to the youth group to Camp Joy at separate times. And it was good facility for us, and we went other places as well, but it was a good time to get away, get to know each other better, get to have some time, be still, and know that God is, and grow in our faith, but also have a great time. Yeah, it was wonderful.
Oh, well, we're going to come back. We're going to take a quick break. You're watching Spotlight on Lee County. When we come back, I'm going to share my memories of Miss Carrell, and I'm going to let her take the opportunity to share some memories of me. This is Spotlight on Lee County. I'm Loretta Rose. You're watching CTV Beam.
With my mouth I speak to you. With my heart I sing to you. With my soul I'll give to you all of the praise. I say thank you for everything, for all the things.
Welcome back to Spotlight on Lee County. I'm Loretta Rose, and today we are on location in Phoenix City at the Russell Baptist Association. This wonderful association center provides service for the Phoenix City, Russell County area, Lee County area. It's been a full circle moment for me because this is something that I've always dreamed of doing, and I encourage other people. I believe that's what we should do. Let those that have sparked something in you and help lead you to the point where you need to be. I believe those are the changers. Those are the life changers, game changers in life. And that's what I believe our purpose is. That's how we create and make this world a much pleasant, lovable place to live in. And that's what Miss Carrell has done for me. And everywhere that I've traveled since a child, she has always been a part of me. And I've always wanted to just come back and just tell her how much I love her, how much I appreciate her. I always wanted to be like you. Because you love unconditionally.
That's an honor. I appreciate you saying that. And it's, we always try to help all those that came our way, and we did love them all. And it took a lot of effort in getting to know them, sharing with them, and I did. I love them too. I love all of them that came to the center, and the challenging ones as well as the good ones like you were. But it was a joy. It's been a joy all these years, because every time we meet a need or help people, it's always something new. This job has never been boring.
Not bad.
So.
Well, Miss Carrell, you initially started in Riverview, which is a block over from where you are now. So how many years were you over there?
28. We were over there, I think, at least 28 years. Well, we've been over here since 2007, and I was over yonder in 1976. Excuse me, 1976 to 2007. We were in Riverview, and then we've been over here for the last 10 years, helping in different ways, more scattered out among our churches and here as well.
Wow. Well, now we're going to take a time to share. I'm going to share my memories of you, and then I'm going to allow you to share memories of me. Just to make a long story short, I was born in 1971, lived in Riverview, grew up in Riverview, and I can't remember. I want to say I probably was about 7 or 8 when I started going to the Bible school. My grandmother used to go, and which led my mom. My mom was a young mom. She was a teen mom. And so my grandmother used to come, and that's when she learned to sew. And she used to go to Bible school, and she never would miss it. And so with my mother being a young mom, her mother tried to teach her the right path, and then my mom wanted to teach her daughter the right path. My mom was a single parent, and as you know, we were a single parent home family, and so we would come to the Bible school, and then I just adopted the habit, and because every time I went there, I got unconditional love, and so we didn't know that the correct pronunciation of the center was the Russell Baptist Association. I really just found that out a couple of years ago. And I'm 46 now. But in my mind as a child and growing up, even my mom and her mother, which was my grandmother, we just knew it as the Bible school. Because when we went there, we were taught about the love of God. We were taught about the Bible. We were taught about just Christ's love in general. And then they gave us life skill. But every time I came around back in the day, you were Miss Lane. Originally, she was Miss Lane. Then she got married and became Miss Carroll. But in a child's mind, we only saw Miss Lane because she never changed. She was the same. It just the name changed. But every time she was just always loving, just she treated us like we were her children. We had sleepovers at the Bible Center. And it was just a transformation that took place. Keep it in mind where we come from, where I grew up, there was a lot of things happening around us. There was a lot of things that we could have got caught up in. There was drugs, even though there was so much violence, there was so much. It's not like it is today. Today is a whole different breed of things that's happening in the community. But we had so many different things that we could have gotten involved in. But we had a Bible school center, a Baptist Association center, an organization that was a safe haven that opened its doors for us. And I always wanted to live a life just like you because you love people. You saw no color, you saw no boundaries, you saw no obstacle, no matter how difficult the individual may have been or challenging, you saw through eyes of God, which takes a great character of God to do. And I just we left and went to Germany when my mom got remarried, you were with me. Wherever I went, you always were with me. And I just wanted you to know that this is a moment that I've always wanted to have and to just let other people know in the community, this is what our purpose in life is really all about. This is what it's all about. So I thank you, and I'm going to turn this mic over to you and let you share your memories of me from a child up until now.
Okay. Loretta was a good child, and she did start about 8 years old, and she came to Bible study regularly on her day to come, and we had different age groups come each day, and she would learn, and she had still the same beautiful smile she has today, and she did accept Christ as her Savior at one of the functions we had at the Baptist Center when she was older, and right before her mom married and went off to Germany. And she wrote me and how she was in Germany, didn't find a church really to go to at first or something. She started a Bible study in her own apartment or house or wherever she was living in Germany. I appreciated the letters over the years, kind of kept me in touch with you a little bit. When you were flying in the air, I didn't get too many, but when you went to Kansas, I got. So I do appreciate the opportunity to see you grow and in your walk. And sometimes I don't get to see that with all the kids that grew up, but I have been blessed by the fact that you have stayed true to your faith and your walk and and in making good decisions in your life. And so it's been an honor to know you. And as we've went through the center and attended things together, you say we used to conquer obstacles, so we did raise a lot of money ourselves. When we wanted to take a trip or something, we had a little council, and the youth would figure out how to raise money, and we'd raise money to go to like Six Flags and places we wanted to go. I don't know if you call that, but that was a challenge, and getting and always getting volunteers to go with us is a challenge, but we made it with, God directed and God helped us, and we did accomplish a great deal with sports that we did and everything else. At that time, when there wasn't any sports going on downtown, there wasn't much to do, was there, Loretta?
Yes,
So,
you're right.
so we did a lot at the center.
Yes,
Yeah.
a lot.
Yeah, we've always helped people that live in Lee County and Russell County with food, and toiletries, paper products, school supplies, and we help a little bit on a utility once a year, and different things like that. We have a time now. Of course, we're trying to get food to share with Thanksgiving, which is today, and so we'll be. We're busy today. No, we were busy last week giving out food for Thanksgiving because we want people to prepare it at home and have a good time with their family, and not feel like, this, because it's such a food holiday.
Yes.
If you don't have food, it's not much of a holiday. So we try to share that. So we're always searching for ways to help people meet their needs or direct them to the people who can help them. And then we also have had people come for our English second language classes. That are meeting at Crawford Road Baptist Church on Mondays and Wednesdays at 9 a.m. from Lee County as well as Russell County. And our churches from Lee County, Southern Baptist churches, also support this ministry as well as those in Russell County. And so we appreciate always working together to provide for the Valley area needs that we have. At least in Smith Station and Russell County area, up toward Beauregard as well, because we'll see people all the way up to Beauregard and things, Salem to Beauregard, and also all of Russell County. So we're glad to be here to help on Thursdays with food for people, toiletries, paper products, school supplies, and perhaps a utility bill once a year. But we are always here to share it with them, listen to them, pray with them. Anybody that wants to come by, and between 9:30 and 1:30 at least, we're open for that. So we hope that if you're in need, that you will come and see us. Okay, we're open almost every Thursday except Thanksgiving. Okay.
And so that's what you all were doing when we came in, helping to assist families in the community. And again, like she said, toiletry items, and sometimes diapers and things like that. I mean, that is a blessing when you don't have it.
And we do keep school supplies year round, so we help people, you run out of paper, you run out of pencils, different things that you might need throughout the year, glue, stuff that children might need. So I know they run out about January. So we have it for families if they need it.
All right. So I tell you, you were married, and you have a beautiful daughter.
Yeah.
And she's 26.
Yes, she's 26, and I was married in 1978, and my husband died of a heart attack, massive heart attack, in May 9th of 2010. But he was always an encourager. In fact, we met at the Baptist Center. He was remodeling the Baptist Center, and that's how we met. I turned him down for the first 3 dates. But I was putting up curtains we had those valances over the windows, if you recall. And I was putting up curtains there, and I fell off the chair, and he caught me. So then he asked me again to go out, and I said, okay. So we went out and dated about 6 months and got married. But we were married 32 years, and Linda is 26, and she is a lovely young lady. She works at Central Baptist Church and the daycare there, and so is assistant daycare director, and goes to school as well at Columbus State University, and she's working on her teaching degree.
Okay.
So.
You're watching Spotlight on Lee County. I'm Loretta Rose. I hope you are enjoying this wonderful show today. We are putting the spotlight on a community leader that has been serving this local area for 41 years. Not only she's been serving, but she has been touching lives, transforming lives, just through her passion and her purpose in life. Stay tuned. You're watching CTV Beam. I'm Loretta Rose. Hi, I'm Loretta Rose, the host of Spotlight on Lee County and Street Talk. I would like to invite you to join me on Tuesday, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time here on Channel 7 and 207. If you don't get a chance to catch the shows here on CTV Beam, please follow our YouTube channel at CTV Beam. You can catch all the latest episodes of Spotlight on Lee County and Street Talk with Loretta Rose. Also, you can find me on Facebook. You can go to Shine the Spotlight page, or Loretta Rose, or Street Talk with Loretta Rose. Thank you so much for watching Spotlight on Lee County and Street Talk with Loretta Rose. I look forward to seeing you out in the community. Welcome back to Spotlight on Lee County. We have been talking to Miss Joycelyn Carrell, Director of Russell Baptist Association Center with community involvement, serving people in the community. Now we have her daughter, Linda. She's on, and I sort of put her on the spot. But for those that know Miss Carrell, this is how she looked in her younger days. And when I saw her, I knew there was a relation between the two, but I just didn't know quite what. But thank you so much for kind of jumping in and being a part of this surprise today. Thank you so much. Now, you've heard my life story growing up and being a part of your mom's service that she have dedicated to the community, and pretty much Miss Carrell has dedicated her life, to serving others in the community. How does that make you feel about Mom?
Well, it's always great to have an inspiring parent figure. It kind of leads you up to bigger standards in your own life. But, we could go anywhere in Phoenix City, and if I'm with my mom or if I'm even by myself, we'll have random people just stop us sometimes and be like, Miss Carrell, Miss Lang, whatever. And they'll just stop us and they'll share the story about what she did in their life and how she made a difference and where they are now, and just thank her all the time. And I even get some people stopping me saying, "Are you Miss Carroll's daughter? Do you remember me? I knew you when you were 3 years old. You look so sweet." I get that all the time, and she's a big influence in this community. She's a big influence to all the churches around here and even everybody who grew up in Riverview. She's been there for 41 years. I remember being down there and actually seeing her work with the children day in and day out. And, that takes a lot of heart to raise up a child and bring them up in a society of where maybe they don't have the best outlook on life, but that's your job to bring that outlook back into their life and set them up for a great future. And that's what she's done in her life. And that's how she has contributed to this community, and she's given hope in that area.
You said it well. She's been put on the spot. Linda has been put on the spot. Now, you said it well, because in my radio journey, when I was a flight attendant, people will ask me, because I've always, and I'm so grateful that God put shining lights in my life to show me how to treat people. And sometimes I wasn't always, giving out a nice deck, okay, of cards. But I've always tried to do it respond in the way that Christ would respond. Wow. And I always said, and this, like I said, today is a full circle moment for me, because I always said, I want to go back and give Miss Carrell what she gave me. She gave me hope. And that's what I always tell people. Even when I opened up a youth center in Phoenix City, I had a center I opened in 2005 called Rosa Sharon Life Center. But she was a part of me and a part of that vision. I just wanted to give hope back to the community and to the lives of others, because somebody gave me that. God used her. And when you just said that right there is it. And so you can't help but go back and tell someone. And when you see them, you can't help but say thank you, because you made the ultimate difference in my life. Because when I lived in Riverview, and those were the best years of my life, because I dreamed. And God used her to water and just to encourage and what God had already planted. But a lot of people just needed someone to just help them to believe what is already there, And I believe all of us have a gift in some type of way to do that for others. And I'm proud of you, because when I went, she didn't have kids. Because we left when I was, I'll say about 12 or 13, yes. We moved away. And so I didn't get to see you today was my first time seeing you.
Likewise.
Yeah, today is my first time seeing you. But so what are you doing, or what has Mom done that you have adopted in your life now?
Well, she's always given me a love for children and a way to teach them. When she was down at the Baptist Center down there near Riverview, I used to help teach the preschool age. And I taught them like a couple hours a day. And, I've worked in a daycare for a few years now, and I've worked with 2-year-olds up to 4-year-olds. And now I'm helping the director lead the daycare into a good area, and where we hope that children can grow and learn and know that someone loves them, and that the Lord cares for them, and that Jesus is there for them day in and day out. And if we can make that small difference with them, then that sets a stage for the rest of their life too, for them to succeed, and for them to know that no matter where they go, there always will be loved by somebody. And that's a big thing for children, is to know love and acceptance, and that's what we try to teach them now.
Awesome. And you work at Central Baptist.
I do. I work at Central Baptist. They have a daycare there. It's Kids Central Christian Academy, and that's where I've been working for a few years now.
Wow. And sounds like you following Mom has tread a path, and you're doing well. I'm so proud of you. Now, a lot of people don't know. Some may know, but we're going to make this announcement. And when I found out this, I said, now I see why we had to come and do the show. But Miss Carrell is going to be retiring this year. Well, this upcoming year. Yeah. She'll be retiring April 30th, 2018. I was sad to hear that, but I understand God has great plans for her. So, how do you feel about mom? What do you think she's going to do after retirement?
Well, at one point she said she wanted to go bird watching. So we'll see if that comes to fruition. But, we'll have to figure out what she can do. She doesn't stay still long. So, but whatever it is, I'm sure it'll be great and that it'll be enjoyment. But it will be sad to see her leave a community that she's been heavily involved in for 41 years and all the different lives that she's touched. I feel like not many people would stay in a job for 41 years straight. And then to be out in a community and ministering to pastors and churches and children all around. I know in the summer they used to do VBSs everywhere. There's no telling how many people she was able to touch within 41 years. And so it'll be sad to see it go, but it's almost like a new chapter and beginning something new. And so we'll see where it goes. Maybe it'll be bird watching, who knows.
Well, you're right about that. Some people couldn't do what she do in 41 minutes. She done it in 41 years. Now, before we go to a break, I'm going to let you close out this part with something inspirational to your mom or just whatever's laid on your heart, because this is a tribute to Miss Joycelyn Carrell.
Well, I hope you know how much you have touched a community and that even if you don't realize it, I can see it in every face that comes around us that knows you. And they know what you've done, whether it be another pastor or another church member or someone random from the community that you've touched. You've had a lot of time to touch a lot of lives, and don't forget that.
Thank you.
So,
Thank you, Linda. You've been watching Spotlight on Lee County. This has been a great tribute. We're going to take a break, and then when we come back, we're going to close out the show with Miss Carrell. Thank you so much. We'll be right back. You're watching Spotlight on Lee County. I'm Loretta Rose. This is CTV Bean. Welcome back. You have been watching Spotlight on Lee County. I'm Loretta Rose. We have been on location here in Phoenix City. We are talking to Miss Carrell. She has been surprised today, and we have awarded her with a shining light honor because she is a shining light in the community. Miss Carrell, there's a lot of other things I'm sure you've done that a lot of us don't know. I'm going to pass the mic to you, and you share with us all the different things you've done since serving with your purpose as a director here with the Baptist Association, and then just as a servant,
Part of what I do as a church and community ministries director is try to be aware of what's going on in the community and be a part of different organizations that reach out to minister to other needs that we do not help with, but we often refer people to, such as Habitat for Humanity. I was on the board for that for about 10 years and worked with them, and it was a joy to be one who trained the homeowners to be homeowners and had classes to help them know what they were getting into and what to do about certain situations they faced as homeowners and all about being a homeowner. So that was a joy. That was good when we did that for about 10 years. Then we also have been involved with the Red Cross for several years. I'm a disaster activation team leader and help people in the middle of the night, basically after work until the next morning, who might have had fires during the night, and we respond through the Red Cross and help them with money to get immediate assistance with a sort of a debit card situation. We call them CAT cards, but that's what they are. They're debit cards, so they can go out and get something immediately to like get the kids back in clothes, to get to school if they were in their night clothes and got out with no shoes, to get shoes, and different things like that they need, diapers for the child. Situations arise and they need money. And money helps. When you lost everything, it helps a great deal. So I'm really glad to work with that and and Red Cross in different situations. Still do that, but I also served with the Department of Human Resources and helping to work with reviewing cases, foster care cases, and child protective cases. So that we did that for about 6 years, and just when you get out in the community, you really see the challenges that the workers face, like at DHR, and all the laws that exist that they have to use and go by, and then we get to visit the homes of the foster parents and some wonderful folks there, and we get to talk with the kids. So that was a joy. That was a joy to do that for several years. So being out in the community helps me get a better perspective of what's really happening out there with the people, and it also helps me to know how to involve people in our churches to minister to people. And that's one thing I try to do, is to help other people in their faith, put their faith into action. Yes. And that's really what I felt called to do from the very beginning, help people put their faith into action. Wow. So that they can, by word and deed, share Christ and make a difference in the world they live in. And be what you called here a shining light, I think, or a shining star. I think we all can direct people to the light, which in my opinion is Jesus Christ. Mm-hmm. So wow. It's been wonderful to be a part of the community and minister out there, and work with the Lee Russell Ministerial Association as well as secretary for several years. But it's all the opportunities have taught me a lot. I've grown a lot through them, and I hope I've been an asset to those groups.
You have. Mm-hmm. Now, hearing all of this, mm-hmm. we've heard from your daughter, and so many other people have a story. Mm-hmm. That how you've touched their life as well. I hope this show today will serve as a gratitude from us as a community as a whole unto you for your service, because you've touched, I believe, everybody that have encountered with you. Now, whoever come in behind you got some big shoes to fill. So let us know, what, when you make your transition, April 30th, 2018, will this type of service still be available here?
Part of what I do is I've worked for the Russell Baptist Association for many years, for 36 years of that. It was under the Southern Baptist Home Mission Board, which became the North American Mission Board, and then they laid off folks in the Southeast region. And so I've been under the Alabama State Board of Missions for these last several years, as far as receiving benefits from them. And so they're really kind of phasing these situations out as far as funding goes. And we hope that our churches will just step up and help, continue to reach people and minister to people, love on people, and help them to grow in the Lord and Word. Today a young lady came and said, I know Christ is my Savior. I cannot read too well, and I have not been able to grow in Christ because I need to be part of a Bible study that will take time to work with me slowly to learn what it says and what it means. And here's a young mother with 3 kids, single mom, and 64% of the population in Russell County are headed by single women, okay, whether they're divorced or widowed or always been single. So it's a large group that really needs help and needs encouragement, needs some guidance, perhaps needs understanding and somebody to listen. And so I hope all of our churches will reach out, especially to that particular group, and seek to be an encourager and a helper in their needs.
Wow. This is the type of service that Miss Carrell has been a part of. I can't even imagine the community not having that type of service, because that's, oh man, I tell you, that is where the transformation takes place. Some people just don't know where to go, but we got to have that beacon of light in a community to show people the way.
That's right. That's right.
And then we'll see a difference. I mean, I do believe we are the change we want to see. And you are that as well. And I hope today this show will encourage others to do the same. One person can't do it all, but we all can do something.
That's right. Amen.
Well, before we get ready to close out, I want to give you this. I was honored to be a part of a 2018 calendar. Salute to you, celebrity stylist Toby the King. He chose me to be a part of his 2018 calendar. And I want to give you this because I thank God I was blessed to be on 2 months. I believe I'm on July 2018 and November. And I wanted to share that with you because all those years, all my years, since I've known you, you've been a part of every year. You've been a part.
Yeah.
And I just always, it is my heart. I said I was going to be cute on the show today. But it has always been my heart desire that I will be a light for others, like God has blessed me to have someone to be a light for me. There are many avenues I could have taken in life. You know my life. You know where I come from. You know how it was where I come from. God knows I could have took many different avenues.
Very challenging.
It was very challenging. Oh my God. But I always held on to that light of hope.
Well, and we know who that hope is. It's
Yes.
Jesus Christ. That's who our hope is.
Yes.
He's the change maker. He's the difference maker.
Yes.
We just need to lead people in that direction.
Yes.
Amen.
Yes.
So, and he's where the power is, the strength, and the light. So we all need to seek that and become more like him
Yes.
each day.
Yeah. And Miss Carrell, I shared with someone yesterday. My life, where I am, is because of him.
Right?
I chose to follow the path that God had for my life.
Right.
Life is about choices.
It is.
Life is about choices. But I want you to know you have been a model for me. And I always talk about you. As you know, when I was on radio, someone contacted the organization letting you know I was talking about you.
They did.
Because you made that impact in my life. So thank you for your time. I'm going to allow you to say whatever is on your heart as we close out this interview. If it's anything you would like to share with the community, this will be your opportunity. Thank you so much.
Okay. Well, I'm grateful to be a part of an organization that cares about other people. I got involved with the Red Cross through our own Southern Baptist Disaster Relief. You know, we went to Fort Myers and worked there and provided meals for 4,000 meals a day while we were down there. And to continue to do things like that as a volunteer, being able to go out and make a difference, maybe not so tied down to one particular job, but to be available, to be used of the Lord in whatever direction he takes is what I plan to do. And so I'm just, I'm looking forward to retirement. I'm looking forward to spending a little more time with family. They're scattered throughout the United States, but before they all get too big, too grown up and gone further away. So, but I do want to continue to be part of this community as I will live here in retirement, and then wherever the Lord may lead.
Oh. Well, it has been a great pleasure to be here, to be able to shine the spotlight on a shining star in our community. Some of us know her as Miss Lane. She is Joycelyn Carol, and I just want you to know that we appreciate you, all your service that you have given unselfishly here in the community. I know the next chapter is going to be just as amazing as this journey has been over the years. I am just so grateful that I've had this opportunity to be able to come back home, to be a part of the community that I grew up in, and then to highlight you, because this is a dream come true for me.
Right.
This is, if God don't do anything else to prove me who He is, He's done enough.
Well, I've enjoyed it. Thank you for the surprise. It was a surprise. I had no idea we were doing this today, but thank you, and I appreciate the opportunity to live in this community and be of service to it any way I can. Thank you.
Oh, well, thank you, CTV Beam, citizens of East Alabama, newspaper. Again, I got to give a special shout out to CTV Beam. You all have been just such a blessing in my life. Thank you for allowing us to be able to come out in the community to highlight what really matters. This is what really matters in the lives of others. This is what really matters in our community. This is the change that we all want to see. So thank you, CTV Beam. Thank you all so much for allowing me to be able to be a part of this full circle moment. I hope today's show will inspire people in the community to go out and be that change you want to see. One can't do it all, but we all can do something. And you have a gift that the world is awaiting to see. And so I want to say thank you once again to Ms. Carrell. I love you. I appreciate you. You are just a gift from God in my life and so many others.
Well, thank you. You're an encouragement to me as well. Thank you very much, Loretta.
You've been watching Spotlight on Lee County. We are on location in Phoenix City, Alabama, honoring a community leader, Miss Joycelyn Carrell. You've been watching Spotlight on Lee County. I'm Loretta Rose. This is CTV Beam.